As the sun set on the evening of the 16th of January 2024, hundreds of cadres of the People's Liberation Guerrilla Army surrounded the CRPF's Dharmavaram camp in Pamed area of Bijapur district in Chhattisgarh. Over the course of the next 4 hours, the militants would launch hundreds of grenade launcher shells and country-made grenades with heavy firing at the outpost. They even attempted to scale the walls to run over the camp. But after heavy casualties, the Naxals were forced to abort their mission and retreat into the darkness of the jungle. In this time, 9 CRPF personnel were injured in what the forces called an unprecedented attack. In another incident on January 30, 2024, 3 CRPF personnel were killed and 15 injured during a gun battle. Naxals fired dozens of rocket-shaped projectiles and targeted the CRPF unit with heavy gunfire in the Tekalgodum village along the borders of Bijapur and Sukma districts in Chhattisgarh. The Naxals, it appears, are back, and this time they come with new weapons and new tactics. For the first time, under-barrel grenade launchers are being used with country-made improvised ammunition, an innovation from the Naxals from 2021. These crude projectiles are becoming a growing concern for the CRPF personnel deployed in Naxal-hit areas. UBGLs help Naxals launch 150 to 200 grenades in areas where the CRPF sets up its new camps. Some UBGLs, however, fail to explode since they are locally made. The recovery of these shells in Bijapur and Sukma districts revealed to the security agencies that Naxals may have improvised on UBGLs. Earlier, Naxals used UBGLs which were mostly stolen or seized from security forces. Now, however, attacks with desi BGLs have surged. Another new innovation is the explosive laden bow and arrow and desi IEDs. Not just weapons, Naxals have also improvised their tactics. In attacks on CRPF camps in Chhattisgarh Pamed village and Andhra Pradesh Dharmavaram and New Dharmavaram camp on January 16, 2024, the militants came well prepared. Their strategy was simple: surround the camp and try to overrun the security forces, cut off CRPF's reinforcement or evacuation parties, engage and kill the maximum number of troops at unexpected times, such as dinner, roll calls, and loot camp's arms and ammunition. Their tactics were even more straightforward: overwhelm the force with heavy BGL firing from all sides of the camp. Officials say that the January 16 attack was the first time where Naxals fired over 400 UBGLs and managed to block key roads, planting IEDs to prevent reinforcements and evacuation teams from reaching CRPF camps. During the attacks, while the BGLs and firing created a diversion, Naxal platoons wearing these ghillie suits that have been recovered attempted to crawl up to the camp walls. They even brought ladders and wire cutters to complete the job. The recent surge in attacks and the new tactics Naxals have employed have forced security agencies to change their own SOPs. Different timings of roll call, nature call, platoon-wise rotation dinner are becoming the new norm. Camp surroundings are surveyed to identify probable areas of firing, and weapons are sighted to target those specific locations. Constant practice of area weapons and UBGL fire drills now prepare the soldiers for the new threat. At a time when Naxals no longer occupy the minds of India's security stars, the recent attacks have shown that what former PM Manmohan Singh called the greatest internal threat to India still survives. India would do well to nip this new crisis in the bud, or risk ever more bloodshed.